Okay, cool. Okay, so I think we need to find the solution for this. Okay, fine. So as I mentioned, like these variance calculation, variance and correlations is very very important when we are dealing with selecting column for the analysis. And same way, and please be remember for mean and median mode required when we are doing a data massage. Like see for example, this is very slow. Okay, if it is going to be a data set, given data set going to be like this. Okay, all right. So here, um, what is that? Height, weight, blood pressure. Okay, okay. It could be data birth. Again, the same example I'm talking. Okay, these are the individual uh, patient name. So, for example, I have okay. So so for example, if I have the value for this row, wait, let us assume like the row going to be this is going to be 1 minute. Sorry guys. Okay, so if the weight is going to be let's say 50, and for the other resource, other folks going to be 65, something like that. Okay, sorry about that, I'm not able to use a stick. Okay, usually used to have the whiteboard, I'll bring that. So here, if there is no data for this row, what I can do, I cannot go ahead and do the analysis. Okay, so what I will use to do, so I can like I would need to fill the data basically. So in that case, what I used to do, I can go ahead for the mean value. For example, if I have a number of rows, there might be a 10 rows. For example, if I have 100, if I have 100 rows in which um, 10 rows are null value. Okay, so what I will do, I can go ahead and apply the mean value, mean function, and try to understand, like mean is nothing but average, right? So try to use that, the mean value, and try to fill the data. But obviously it looks like uh, a bit hard, because the patient's details says these are the patient details. When we are doing analysis, the data should be filled. I want to understand that the patient's diseases, or they want to analyze, they will they just, I'm doing analysis. So since I don't have a data for a specific set of people, then because of that my prediction might be goes wrong. So in that condition, what I will do, I'll started using, instead of removing the row, you can say me like, so why don't you remove this data? Okay, for example, if it is going to be, if it is going to, what's happening, oops, oof, yeah, Okay, so if I remove the data here, okay, and then if I'm removing a 10 rows, let's say if I'm removing the 10 rows, if I'm removing the 10 rows, what will happen? The data, the prediction could be in wrong. That's the reason what I'm going, what I used, people used to do that. Instead of removing that, just applying the mean of the value, and they'll go ahead for the analysis. Okay, so that's how we used to do that. Okay, this is a basic understanding of how we can use the mean, mode, and the variance when dealing with that. That's the reason actually they are bringing the statistics inside the data science. Okay, any questions here? Any questions here, guys?
No, sir.
Cool. Okay, so try to understand why we are using, because actually going forward, there is the topic called muting the data. Okay, so by the time we supposed to use these techniques and removing like column selection, row selection, something like that, by the time when we are going to discuss those things, definitely we need to apply the heat map culture, and then the way to finding the variance and finding the correlations between the two columns. Then we go ahead for the model selection. Before model selection, we used to find out the column selection. So for those specific things, definitely we want to understand what are the statistical um, the terminologies are available and features. Based on that, we can go ahead. Okay, this is the essence behind the what is that? The basic statistics terminology, which is required for data science. Got it? So here actually I have come up with the some few um, test everything, but I don't want to go through each and everything in detail, because it's like completely theory oriented. Just I'll share the slide, so probably you could go ahead and understand what is a t-test and what is example for this. Okay, so it will be easy for you guys. Okay, I'll share with you guys on this. Linear regression is nothing but they'll what they will do, they'll go with the two variables. They'll go with the two variables and try to understand how the variables both are correlated. For example, the nice example here, profit and sales. Okay, so the sales has got increased, then when your profit also get increased based on your sales. If the sales is like low, then obviously the profit is also low. So it's going to be always the linear. It is going to be a straight line here like this. Okay, so this is nothing but linear equation. You have done with y is equal to mx plus c. How many of you remember y is equal to mx plus c is a simple linear equation? Any idea? You guys have studied. I'm giving a clue for you guys. Y is equal to mx plus c. Finding the slope and everything. You guys remember? Okay, fine.
Straight line
So the
linear
same.
equation, sir.
Sorry.
So it's a straight line equation.
Yeah, y
Linear
is equal to
equation.
mx plus c. This is a straight line linear equation. Correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and this is going to be multilinear regression. It's nothing but what? So y is equal to mx plus c. The another one, y is equal to m1 x1 and m1 m2 x2 plus respect to data science. What we are going to do, how individual column are related. By using these things, we can predict some values. So that is the reason actually linear regression, statistics, probability, Fourier series, and your Laplace theorem, everything they are applied, they're finding the solution for the problem. Okay, so during your college days, that's what I'm telling guys, like to try to even you have it's not like against the things, but anyway, even if it's going to be like if you're going to pick up the data science or any other domain, okay. So in the case, better you go through all the mathematics at least a very high level, okay. Try to find out the terminology and jump into this pool. So definitely it will be very helpful for you guys to understand what is in it, because if it is going to be a normal session, means the people from the different backgrounds, there might be like a BSc chemistry physics, or else like there might be like their domain could totally different, but their interest of matter of interest, they join the course and they're learning data science. For them, this is very 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 difficult to understand when they're jumping into some mathematical concepts. Believe me, if you guys are engineering background, it's a really gifted for you guys. So straight away you can pick it up, you can do the analysis. That's very very important. We are gifted on that. We have done more than a 6 7 mathematics paper we are doing all across the papers. Actually, we are looked at as a mathematics problem solution. That is not exactly stopping in your paper or answer sheet. That's come to the industry level as well. Nowadays, even double integration, triple integration, vectors, and then Laplace theorem, Fourier series, and any kind of the mathematics you can take, you can apply data science in the real time scenario. You can figure out that. For example, in the mechanical field, if you want to um, analyze the different boilers and their efficiency, I can apply that. Then I want to improve the boiler's efficiency, means I can apply the machine learning theorem. Then I can predict that these are the problems with your boiler. You can go ahead and fix it. It could be Laplace theorem. So you can apply the Laplace theorem on it. Then you can do that. The same way for signaling, how to strengthen the signal, you can apply the Laplace theorem or your integration calculus, whatever it is like related to that. There might be some papers are there, IEEE journals. Just go and read that. Please enhance that. It's going to be very very important, and you guys are gifted since you guys are come across all these subjects. That's very very important. Okay, even for me, how it is, I can relate this one. I did things in my UG, so that when I my undergraduation, when I learn all those the mathematics. Even still, I have my books, so I'll go and refer those books. So whichever is applicable to um, the applying data science, it's really pretty good. Even like 10 years back, story is different. I never bother about what I studied in my UG or PG. But now I want to look back and go and take my college bag and find out like is there anything is that, then I'll try to match with okay whether it is suitable for my it's answering my questions with respect data science. Okay, so try to relate that, because now you guys are in on the ground, so everything you need to have no need to refresh or no need to brush up anything. Okay, that's very important. Okay, and I given some advantages, disadvantages. Probably you can go through that, not a big deal. And this is just one slide chart with respect to data science for statistics for data science. There are so many terminology around here. I don't want to go through each and okay. So probably you can explore yourself, but it's not a big deal. Just go through that. What are the things that are available? Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, data is nothing but numerical and categorical data, and it's going to be nominal, ordinal, and discrete and continuous variable, and measure of central tendency is going to be mean modium. So these are all other slides. Just go through that. You can get some an idea. What are the don't spend much on these things. This is might be like additional value added for you guys. Okay.